Hello, I'm Chris from TechSpert, and today we're checking out Amazon's latest Fire HD 10 tablet. Fresh and new for 2024. It's actually the 13th generation of this thing. Since the first Fire HD 10 came out back in the day, we've had about 20 different UK Prime Ministers and at least that many Sunderland Football Club managers. This version right here is the most basic model of Fire HD 10, so it'll cost you 142 quid on Amazon's website, and it does come with adverts on the lock screen. If you fancy your Fire HD 10 in an advert-free flavour, well, that'll cost you 160 quid. But you can pay the difference later on to annihilate those ads if you can't make your mind up when you're purchasing the thing. So don't worry too much about spending the extra cash immediately. So let's check out this latest Fire HD 10. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So let's start with the design, and I gotta say, I don't think Amazon's gonna win any awards for sexiest tablet anytime soon. In fact, the design hasn't really changed up much at all over the years. You've still got pretty chunky bezels surrounding that 10-inch display. This does somewhat add to the bulk of the tablet, but on the flip side, it also means it's pretty comfortable to clutch one-handed. You've got plenty of room for your thumbs. Can generally put up with quite a lot of punishment. I've had Fire HD 10 tablets in the past that have lasted absolutely years, survived countless drops, which is why they're quite good for families, passing off to the young'uns or the drunken uncles who are going to fumble them and smack them on the floor. It weighs just 433 grams, so the Fire HD 10 is comfortable to clutch one-handed for extended periods, and it's fine for kids as well. Oh, and as well as this black model, you can also grab this Amazon tab in purple or blue. Now, when you want to use your Fire Tab 10, well, it looks like they've run out of ads to serve me. Sadly, there's no in-display fingerprint sensor or edge-mounted fingerprint sensor or any kind of fingerprint sensor. It's got to slap your pin in there, unfortunately. Can get slightly tedious, but better than just not having a pin on there. And once you tap in your pin, you're then presented with Amazon's Fire OS. It's the same Fire OS experience as usual on Amazon's tablet, so if you've used an Amazon tab before, you'll know exactly what to expect. If you haven't used an Amazon tablet before, well, perhaps unsurprisingly, the entire experience revolves around Amazon's own apps and services. So your desktops are split into three main sections. This is your home screen, which has got all of your apps, as well as a handy continue bar up top where you can dive straight back into the book, the video, the app you were just checking out. If you swipe this away, you get the For You section, which again shows you recent apps and allows you to continue stuff you've been reading or enjoying. Also got some news bits, and it generally tries to sell you stuff. And then if you swipe back this way, you've got your library. Your Kindle books, your apps, your games, and everything split into individual sections. If you want to, you can actually kill off that Discover widget on that home screen. I would certainly highly recommend knocking off the recommendations, because with that switched on, this basically just turns into a massive pointless advert. And to customize or just get rid of that, all you need to do, dive on into the settings, and if you search for Discover, you'll see the recommendations option popping up. Let's just get rid of that again, and then as you can see, we're back to just continuing whatever we were getting on with. Now, you've got a handful of apps preloaded onto the Fire HD 10, most of them Amazon's own apps, of course, the likes of the Kindle app, Audible, Prime Video. You can download more apps using Amazon's own App Store. This is pretty well stocked these days because it's been around for as long as I can remember. So certainly here in the UK, you've got most of the media streaming services, the likes of Channel 4, ITVX, you've got good old Netflix, of course, one of those big Prime Video rivals. We've also got a reasonable selection of games, including the likes of Minecraft to keep the kiddywinks busy, Five Nights at Freddy's if you've got a spare pair of pants on standby, and a good bit of Sonic the Hedgehog if you're an old git like me. Unfortunately, Amazon has been quite tight with the storage. This is the base model with only 32 gigs of the stuff, and as you can see, only 25 gigs are actually usable. You can upgrade to 64 gigs, but of course you'll have to hoy more cash at Amazon if you want to do that. Alternatively, the Fire HD 10 tablet does support micro SD memory cards up to 1 terabyte, so you can slip one of those in there if you want to carry around lots of movies, music, whatever. Just be warned that I have seen some reports from people on the internet who say they've slipped a micro SD memory card in here and it's actually caused the tablet to glitch out. Oh, and as you'd also expect from an Amazon tablet, the Fire HD 10 has full support for, not going to say her name because otherwise it might set off a whole bunch of devices in your home. But yeah, you can set up full voice control here on the Fire HD 10, control all of your smart home goodies you've got linked up, etc. And I also rather like the Fire HD 10's show mode, which you can access here in the settings. You can activate this at any point by saying the keyword and then asking her to turn on show mode. And this is fully customizable, so we can get rid of stuff like popular questions because we don't want that to flash up every time. Instead, you can have it pop up more useful information like your next calendar entry. And this mode is pretty good for propping up. You can use it as a digital photo frame. You can get some nice arty backgrounds on the go, whatever you fancy. And at any point, you can drag your finger from the right edge to fast access your music, your smart home goodies. Let's get some tips and tricks on how to use Alexa. God bugger, I've said it. I just remember to bleep that in the video. Note you can also grab a keyboard and a stylus for the Fire HD 10. Get a bit of accessory action, but of course that again will cost you extra. Now, the Amazon Fire HD 10 tablet sports a 10.1-inch display. It is merely IPS tech, of course, as you would expect at this sort of budget-friendly price, rather than a bit of OLED action. It's not a bad screen, by any means. You still get reasonably respectable contrast and colour reproduction. Those visuals aren't completely limp and lifeless, but certainly don't expect anything special. It's definitely a budget tablet. It's a full HD panel, 1920 by 1200 pixel resolution, so not exactly supremely crisp. Don't expect too much fine detail packed in there, but it's certainly more than up to the job. You just want to browse your photo collection or kick back with some Netflix, some Disney Plus, iPlayer, whatever. And of course that 10-inch screen is perfectly great for kicking back with a book or two, including, hey, this is a good one, look at this, Devils in a Different Dress by Chris Barraclough. Completely free to download, you say? And if you want to do some reading at night, you can drag down that notifications bar, flip across here and go to blue shade. This will just warm up the screen, and then that makes everything really nice and easy on the eye. Great for that bedtime reading. And if you max out that brightness, it's just about strong enough to counter any vicious sun glare. So again, fine for reading outdoors, though if you're watching murky affair on the likes of Netflix or whatever, you might struggle a bit. And you got a basic stereo speaker arrangement as well. Those speakers housed on the top edge here when you're holding the tablet in landscape mode like so. And let me just demonstrate. So you just hoid a whole bunch of money at Samsung for one of these fresh new Galaxy S24 series blowers. You want to know how to get the most out of it, including all those AI features that they won't stop banging on about. When you boost that volume all the way up, it will cut through some pretty obnoxious background noise, quite handy if you live in a noisy household or whatever. Could of course also annoy the pants off you if your kids are constantly blasting Baby Shark or whatever through this thing, but luckily there is a headphone jack over here on the right edge and you've got full Bluetooth support. And yes, Amazon has even managed to slap a pair of cameras onto the Fire HD 10. They're pretty basic stuff, but certainly that 5 megapixel front-facing camera does the job for a bit of Skype and Zoom and whatever. And yeah, that 5 meg rear camera might amuse your kids for a few minutes if they want to take some snaps or whatever, but I wouldn't recommend using it really because it's, again, pretty basic stuff. As for the performance, well, don't expect wonders from the FireTab HD 10. It is powered by a basic MediaTek chipset, backed by just 3 gigs of RAM still, so the overall experience can at times be a wee bit juddery, shall we say. Nothing too frustrating, thankfully, but you might be waiting a wee while for an app to actually kick into life. And then waiting, and oh, there we go. And yeah, you can relax with a bit of gaming here on the Fire HD 10, but I would stick to more basic stuff. A bit of match 3 action, something like that, because more intensive fare can be a bit of a juddery hot mess. On the battery life front, well, Amazon promises up to 13 hours, I believe it is, on their website. I thought it's actually closer to 10 hours with mixed app use or straight up video streaming. That's still good enough for basically a day of use. It'll cover you on most long car journeys if you've got kids in the back who want entertained. You charge it back up with a USB-C cable, which is bundled in the box. You also get a power adapter bundled in there as well, which is quite generous considering the likes of Samsung and Apple are culling that stuff, even from their £1,000 smartphones. Unfortunately, it is a crappy basic 9-watt charger, which means using this thing, it'll take about 4 hours roughly to charge up the Fire HD 10 from dead. If you happen to have a slightly faster smartphone charger lying around, a 15-watt charger for instance, well, this will power up the Fire HD 10 a bit faster, but we're still talking a good 3 hours at the plug for a full charge. So it's the kind of thing that you plug in overnight or just when you're not using it to make sure you've got full charge for when you do need it. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the fresh new Amazon Fire HD 13th generation, fresh for 2024. As I say, well under 200 quid, so pretty decent price for a budget tab that's got some decent specs. The performance won't exactly blow your mind with that basic MediaTek chipset and the just 3 gigs of memory, but as long as you've got a bit of patience, then it's not really an issue. One of the main deciding factors on whether you should get the Fire HD 10, of course, is how often you use Amazon's own services. Do you use Alexa a lot? I'll have to beep that one as well. Certainly a good one to hoy at the kids if you just want them to shut the hell up for a bit. So that's the Fire HD 10. Anyway, it'd be great to hear your thoughts on this tablet down below. If you've been rocking this in the old homestead, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone. Love you.